Bet horse racing on DRF Bets. We'll match your first deposit up to $250. Get free expert picks and past performances, plus weekly cash back, all from Daily Racing Form, the most trusted name in horse racing. Let's take a look at our top selections for the... Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer, race number 7 at Belmont Park on Thursday is the $150,000 Astoria Stakes for 2-year-old fillies going 5.5 furlongs on the main track. Let's take a look at the field. Did I say 2-year-olds? That means Wesley Ward. Wesley's got the 4 Happy Soul, who's 1-2 on the morning line off of an 11 3/4 tour de force at Belmont on May 13th. I think that 81 buyer, Mike, is the fastest number for a 2-year-old filly in the very early stages of our 2-year-old racing season.
It probably is, Dan. We'll look at that race in a minute, and I guess everybody will be equally impressed. To be honest, she's obviously way the horse to beat, Dan. This is a 6-horse field with 4 maidens involved. I'm not even sure why we run 2-year-old stakes races before August anymore. These races are getting really ridiculous.
We'll throw up the Timeform US pace projector, and perhaps the pace projector a bit ridiculous because Happy Soul, the 4, who was 4 lengths clear after a quarter mile, might be able to get to the lead in a blue bar situation. And when the best horse has the best trip, they're tough to beat.
Yeah, true enough. That was certainly the case when she broke her maiden last time, Dan. I mean, opened up on that field immediately and never looked back, never gave that field a chance either. She looks like the main speed once again.
Trainer Alberta Davies has entered 2 in here. We'll begin with the 1 She's So Shiny, who ran well in her debut, going 4.5 at Keeneland at a big price. She was second, albeit no match for the impressive Ward-trained Averly Jane, who came back to win the Kentucky Juvenile against males with a 63 buyer.
Yeah, I mean, I'll give her credit for getting clear in second in that race, Dan. Just got outpaced away from the gate in there. Could not keep up early as Averly Jane went to the front. This filly did fine to be clearly second best, but she was far behind the winner.
Perhaps the key to this race is the horse lacking pace data. And the reason the number 2 mainstay is lacking pace data is because she's never started. Yes, she's a first-time starter in a stakes race, but she's also a half-sister to Vequist, who won last year's Breeders' Cup Juvenile Fillies, won the Grade 1 Spinaway as a maiden, and was last year's 2-year-old filly champion. I talked to Butch Reed earlier this morning, and we're filming this on Tuesday. He says he's 50-50 right now as to whether he runs here or in a maiden race at Monmouth on Friday. He's looking at the weather.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see, Dan. I don't know why you wouldn't, I guess, just take a shot in here. Again, she wouldn't be the only maiden running in this race. Obviously has a little bit of pedigree to back her up.
Constitution Gal is number 3. This filly made her debut on the turf. She was a well-beaten 3rd. I like the Constitutions on dirt. I like that Mark Cassie's taken a shot in this race. Constitution Gal, I don't think ran badly in her debut with a bit of tactical speed. I think she could take a step forward. Cassie-trained second-time starters have a habit of doing it.
Yeah, that's what I liked about her too, Dan. I'd be happy to never bet a Cassie first-time starter, but I'll take them after a race. It seems like they do improve. And I thought she ran kind of sneaky well in her turf debut there. That winner of that race was another Ward maiden who was super impressive right on the lead. This horse chased that filly from the outside all the way, got up there to challenge her briefly coming to the stretch, and then just got tired at the end. I thought she ran fine in there.
I talked to Wesley Ward about the favorite Happy Soul, and he wasn't really that disappointed that she got beaten her debut by Nakatomi, who is a stablemate and a colt. He said he missed all of February with this horse based at Keeneland due to ice storms. She was short off of only 3 workouts. Well, she wasn't short in this race. Let's watch her start at Belmont on May the 13th, where she just never gave them a chance. She shows them her heels from start to finish. It's an 81 buyer. And if she runs an 81 buyer, she's likely to win again.
Yeah, probably just going to beat this field again, Dan. All she has to do is show up with something similar to this race. It's obviously very impressive. I mean, this field could never, right from the gate, they could never even get within hailing distance of her.
Midsummer Nights is the number 5. Another one trained by Alberta Davies, beaten by Coffee Maker, a Ward-trained horse at Keeneland in her debut. Second time out, well beaten again. The runner-up came back to be 3rd at Belmont, but only earned a 36 buyer. She's 30-1 in a 6-horse field.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a big field, so I guess it's okay to just take some kind of a shot in this race and see if she can take a step forward, which she obviously has to do.
American Bound showed good speed in her debut at Keeneland on April the 2nd, Mike. She won the faster division of two-year-old filly maiden special weights that day in gate-to-wire fashion. I talked to Joe Sharp, and he said she just did not care for the slop at all in the Kentucky Juvenile last time out against males. Back in against fillies, but there's a possibility of a wet track again.
Yeah, that could be the problem, Dan. I mean, if that was the excuse in the Kentucky Juvenile, and maybe it was, I mean, you could tell right from the gate she was under a ride and just didn't really show any kind of semblance of the speed she had shown first time out. I mean, she catches another wet track, that's a problem, but her debut was pretty good.
And if she shows some speed, maybe she could keep Happy Soul busy early, which comes to our top selection in here. We'll readily admit Happy Soul is way the horse to beat, but we're both intrigued with Constitution Gal. We both like the angle of Cassie-trained second-time starters, and I like the Constitutions again on the dirt. I do think this filly will improve.
I think she'll improve too. It may not be enough to beat the favorite in here, Dan. I'll take a shot and hope that it is. I thought she ran deceptively well first time out.
We have the same triple in here, 3-4-6 with the 2 for Mike, 3-4-6 with the 1 for me in the Astoria Stakes, but Happy Soul is the horse to beat.